Hello and welcome back to another video on the Phoenix YouTube channel, and welcome back to another tier list video. In this video I'm going to be ranking every Doctor Who series finale in a tier list. Now we start things off with series 1 of Modern Doctor Who, first aired in 2005, with Bad Wolf and The Parting of the Ways. Yes, I am grouping the two-part finales, although I will sort of factor in mainly the second part. And for me, The Parting of the Ways, but also factored in Bad Wolf, is a solid finale that for now I want to put in B tier. Although it is difficult because it feels like it almost deserves A, but for now we'll put it in B. It's a very solid finale, not mind-blowing, still fun. It's not just Eccleston and Rose, we also get Captain Jack Harkness for the episode. All around a good episode, but nothing amazing. Talking of amazing though, I think Doomsday, which also includes Army of Ghosts, has to go straight to S tier. These two-parter just feels so much more emphatic than the first one. Yes, the first one ends with a regeneration, but this one, with Rose leaving the Doctor, such an emotional finale. One of the most emotional ends to an episode in Doctor Who history, really. But just such a fun episode as well. I mean, Jackie and Pete Tyler are so great in it. Mickey's fun. The Daleks and Cybermen banter. This episode just has to go in S tier. It's got the bitch fight of Canary Wharf. It is just iconic. And the Series 3 finale is also great. Now for me, I don't like the Series 3 finale as much as the Series 2 finale. For me, the Series 3 finale is in A tier. It's very impressive, but I just find the second series one more fun, more of a payoff, just better overall. The main takeaway from this two-parter is the Master, and how great John Simm's Master is overall. Now I decided not to put The End of Time in here, as it wasn't a season finale. But if I was to, it wouldn't get anywhere near as good as this. This is what John Simm's Master is. This episode. The whole thing's just great. But not as great as the best two-parter in Doctor Who, the best episodes in Doctor Who, the best finale in Doctor Who, the best everything in Doctor Who, Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. Straight into S tier. Similarly to Utopia, with how it's not really part of the Series 3 finale, I'm not going to be factoring in Turn Left. But if I was, it would only push it higher up. This is my Infinity War and Endgame to Doctor Who. This is my ultimate comfort episodes. Just perfect. I mean, what more could you want? It's got Captain Jack, it's got Sarah Jane, it's got Wilfred Mott, it's got Jackie Tyler, it's got so many great characters. It's just so fun. Has to go in S tier. There's no point even talking about it anymore. At some point I'll do a whole video on Turn Left, Stolen Earth and Journey's End. But right now it just goes to the top of S tier. We then have The Big Bang, which also has the Pandorica Opens. This finale I'm gonna put here. I don't think it's as good as Eccleston's finale, perhaps, but I still enjoy it. And Matt Smith's speech is just iconic. I don't actually have much to say on the episode. It's a great era for Doctor Who, with Matt Smith, Amy and Rory, but this episode deserves to be in B tier, but I can't really see it going above any of the others. Now Series 6 is a very interesting one, as it kind of has two finales, with the first finale being A Good Man Goes to War, but then the one which is actually making into the video, which is The Wedding of Riversong. Now this is also the first finale which was only one episode, as the episode leading into The Wedding of Riversong is Closing Time. The Wedding of Riversong for me is very much a B or C tier finale. I think it just about makes it to B. Although, I don't know what it is with the Matt Smith finales. They're all good, but none of them are amazing. They don't blow you out the water. I might as well just chuck in Name of the Doctor now as well. This one too, for me, is actually only going to go in C tier. Just Matt Smith finales. They're not amazing, but they're all solid enough. They're all good. Now we go to Death in Heaven, which also factors in Dark Water. This two-parter deserves to be in B tier. Although, it can go the top. I can't put it any higher, as it has its flaws. Just like this one has its flaws, with it just being solved straight with the time vortex killing every single Dalek, which just felt a bit too OP. This finale just had a few problems. I think the main one which got the complaints was, of course, insinuating that people still feel pain after death. That decision got a lot of complaints for the BBC. And then also choosing to do the Brigadier as a Cyberman. It just felt a bit in poor taste. Doing something like that just felt a bit weird after the actor's death, and a little disrespectful. Obviously it wasn't meant in that way, but still gets complaints nonetheless, and it can't go any higher because of that. Then we get Hell Bent, which is led into by Heaven Sent. For me, this goes into C tier. Yes, even with Heaven Sent attached. It's still a decent finale, but it just doesn't really feel that special, that impactful. I mean, what really happens? There's not really any big threat or anything, it's just an episode. It's hard to explain this one. It doesn't really feel like a finale like the others. It's not the worst finale in Doctor Who, certainly. Some people make the episode out to be way worse than it is, but it's not as good as the other ones already in this tier list. We then have The Doctor Falls, which is led into by The World Enough and Time. This goes straight to S tier. Now, this one's difficult because in terms of quality of the episode, deserves to be there. I'm not going to put it above this. That was already given. However, this one's too fucking fun. I have way too much fun watching these ones. But this deserves its place in S. World Enough and Time, The Doctor Falls. What a great two-part finale. Definitely Stephen Moffat's strongest finale. Although that is the last Stephen Moffat finale, because now we're on to the Chibnall era. The first one being the Battle of Ranskorav Kolos. What a great episode name, and what a great episode. This goes straight into S tier. No, it doesn't. The Battle of Ranskorav Kolos. No, it's actually not a bad episode. It's actually a solid enough episode. I'm going to put it in C tier. I don't hate this as much as some people might claim they do. There's nothing terrible about it. It just doesn't feel very much like a finale. Without Heaven Sent being attached to Hellbent, this would be above it. The Battle of Ranskorav Kolos isn't that bad, and I'd happily put it in C tier. An episode that isn't going into C tier though is The Timeless Children, of course led into by Ascension of the Cybermen. The Timeless Children and the Ascension of the Cybermen doesn't actually go into D tier for me. It doesn't. It's not great. It's not good. It's actually bad. Everyone knows that. But it's not the worst. As much as we don't like The Timeless Child, the episode itself is kind of cool. We've got Daleks, we've got Cybermen, we've got the Master, we've got Gallifrey. There's a lot going on, but it doesn't feel like too much. It feels controlled. It feels manageable. Unlike the one which is going in F tier, The Vanquishers. And sure, You can include Survivors of the Flux if you want, or you could not. It actually doesn't make the slight bit of difference, as this goes in F no matter what. Now, this was controlled. This was not. This had the Daleks and the Cybermen and the Sontarans and Swarm and Azure, the Flux itself, the Grand Serpent, whatever he was called. This had too many things going on. And then you also had Carvanista, Eustachius Jericho, Dan, the Doctor, Yaz, this guy, I forgot his name, his girlfriend. Wasn't Kate Stewart involved? Tecteun, the Doctor's literal mother, was involved. Time itself was in this. Like an actual entity that represented time. This is the worst the show has ever been. Some people point to her episode, some people point at Love and Monsters, some people point their fingers at The Timeless Child. No, this is the worst. This is the worst of Doctor Who. Episodes like The Vanquishers, Survivors of the Flux, and Once Upon Time are some of the worst episodes in Doctor Who history and deserve to be in F tier. But where does that leave the most recent finale? Empire of Death, of course also included in The Legend of Ruby Sunday. Well, actually, it's better than The Flux, it's better than Timeless Children. It feels like more of a finale than the Battle of Ranskorav Kolos, but I didn't enjoy it as much as either of these two. For me, it goes here. I just didn't think it was that interesting. Sutekh was really fascinating, but then when it was revealed to just be a big dog, it just felt a little dumb. And then when it was dragged into the vortex, clinging on like it was, it just looked stupid. I didn't like how in the actual last episode everyone was died and then everyone was back all in one episode. It just felt a bit too easy how they got out of it. What, they dragged the dog through the portal and for some reason that also brought everyone back? If you kill the god of death, it undoes death. How would the Doctor know this going into it? How would he know that that would work? It just doesn't make sense. It's just a bit shit. And then you got the other big reveal, Ruby's mum. It doesn't make fucking sense. I mentioned this in my Series 14 episode ranking. It just doesn't make sense that if Ruby's mum was a normal person, why the fuck can Ruby summon snow whenever she brings up her name? It doesn't make sense. For me, the episode doesn't get any higher than C tier. But it's not terrible. It's not bad. Truth be told, for me, these are the greatest. This is great. These are good. These are alright. This is bad. And this is the Flux. There we go. Flux off. With all those finales ranked, please let me know in the comments what your ranking is. Please like if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And feel free also to comment any tier list you'd like to see me do in the future. Thank you for watching.